Hi, my name is Evan, and I am reviewing the TV show Stranger Things. Before we start, there is going to be a spoiler warning. Okay, now, into the TV show. The main characters are Dustin, Lucas, Mike, and Will. They are just kind of a group of friends that hang out at school. They go to each other's houses. They have walkie-talkies that they contact each other with. And they're kind of just like a really close group of friends. And when they're hanging out, one of the times, they're just playing D&D when they start a fight with a Demogorgon, which is a monster in D&D. D&D is a board game and role-playing game, and it's also fantasy. You basically choose a race, which could be like an elf, a water genocide. If you're playing the old versions, it could be an orc. You could be mainly any fantasy race that you could think of. And you could be any class, like a bard, a warrior, a barbarian, a cleric, my personal favorite, a warlock. And you basically go around as a party, talking to NPCs, getting missions, and fighting things in the missions, trying to use your abilities to either outsmart the villain to defeat it, or to defeat the villain with just sheer power and luck. And basically, we are opening up to 4 best friends who are just kind of chilling, having life, getting into like a bit of trouble in school and stuff. And then, suddenly, Will goes missing while biking down a road. He was last seen on his bike in the rain. And all of his friends are confused on what happened, so they kind of start looking for him and stuff. And then they call the police, which ends up being another character, Hopper, who is gonna, not really help them that much, planning on not helping them that much at the start. And then he goes to Will's mother, Joyce, and they start, kind of talking about last time he was seen, what happened, and stuff like that. And then, after that scene, Hopper goes back to his cabin and stuff, and, a girl appears. And that girl has no name, really, doesn't really talk that much at the start, that he knows of. And as he starts investigating the town, as the kids start investigating the town, they start to realize weird things are happening that are kind of supernatural. And then another person, goes missing, and they start to suspect that something that wouldn't usually happen, something out of the ordinary, is happening, because she was at a party, and then she was just gone. And then they kind of find this creature, and they don't really know what it is, but because they don't know what it is, they, leave. And that's just the beginning of the TV show. I won't go too in-depth of it so that I don't spoil that much more of it. But overall, I would rate it a 8 out of 10, because at some points it gets a little bit confusing, but you usually start to get it after a little while. But just because you get a bunch of confusion for a while at some bits, I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. But if you do play D&D, kinda like adult things with kids, then or horror, then I'd recommend watching it. My name is Evan, and this is my review of Stranger Things.